right? So அதுல வந்து negotiation by delivery இருக்கு, negotiation by endorsement and delivery இருக்கு. Negotiation by delivery means simply delivering it to the appropriate person. Okay, but if you're going to deliver it to a person, to some other person on behalf of another person, that is not a valid delivery, not a valid negotiation. Okay, whereas negotiation by endorsement and delivery is when the person who is going to be the holder of the instrument will sign on the face or back of the instrument or on a slip of paper which will be attached to the instrument itself, right? So this is all this is what is meant by negotiation. Now next topic is negotiation by unauthorized parties. Okay, so hardly I'll take what 20 minutes of class. After that I'll let you guys go. Okay, okay, fine. So negotiation by unauthorized parties. Now who are known as unauthorized parties? Okay, and what happens to the documents handled by them? So let's discuss about what are the unauthorized documents first. First one is lost instruments. Okay, the finders of lost instruments, they are one of the unauthorized parties. Second one is stolen instrument. If someone is going to steal your instrument, the thief will be a unauthorized party. Instruments obtained by fraud and instruments obtained by unlawful considerations. And finally, forged instruments. Okay, instruments that do not legally that is not legal at all. Okay, in all the other cases instrument will be legal, but there are some defects in the instruments. In one case or the other, there are defects in the instruments, but in the last case the the instrument is itself illegal, right? That cannot be considered as at all, right? Fine. So first one is instrument. What happens to a lost instrument, or if you are a finder of lost instrument, what liabilities do you have? Okay, what are the benefits that you can enjoy, and what are the liabilities? Okay, fine. So let's say that a bill of exchange has been lost, and before it reaches its maturity. Okay, so there is a maturity date and a bill of exchange has been lost. The person who was its owner may apply to the drawer. So there is going to be a drawer of bill of exchange, and uh, the drawer will transfer the bill of exchange to another person, right? So if a person has lost the bill of exchange, the person may apply to the drawer for another or a copy of the bill of exchange. And if the drawer refuses to produce a copy of the bill of exchange, he may be forced to do so by use of legal means. Okay, so if you lose a bill of exchange before it reaches maturity or before if it's overdue, you may seek the drawer and ask him for a duplicate copy. And if the and he refuses to give you a duplicate copy, you can use legal means to obtain the copy of the bill of exchange. All right. Next is, let's say that you found a lost instrument. Okay, be it your bill of exchange or your check or இன்னொன்னு என்ன payment ஐயோ என்னது இன்னொன்னு என்ன what are the three types of negotiable instruments? சும்மா வச்சு சொல்லுங்கடா. யாராவது இருக்கீங்களா இல்ல யாருக்காவது கேக்குதா? கேக்குது, ஆன்சர் தான் தெரியல. தெரியலன்னாச்சும் சொல்லலாம், அதுவும் acceptable answer தான். Okay, the promissory note, bill of exchange or your check, be it any of this instrument, and if someone has lost it and if you find சொல்லுடா.
இப்போ சொல்லிருப்பேன் மேம் ஆன்சர் கரெக்ட்டா புக் எடுத்து கரெக்ட்டா வைக்கறேன் நீங்க சொல்றீங்க மேம்.
சரி விடு விடு விடு. இனிமே கேப் கொடுத்து அடிக்கிறேன். கவலைப்படாத. Sorry, okay. So if someone has lost it and you find the instrument, you cannot bear the title of the instrument because you're just a finder, and the instrument was not directed to you. Okay, so you get no title to it, and you cannot sue the party or you cannot demand the party who's the drawer of the instrument to pay the amount specified in the instrument. ஓகேவா? தெளிவா சொல்லணும்னா, இப்போ ஒரு செக் வந்து யாரோ தொலைச்சுட்டாங்க. செக்க எடுத்துட்டு போய், இந்த செக்குக்கான காச என்ட்ட குடுங்க அப்படின்னு நீங்க கேட்க முடியாது. ஓகே. இத வந்து நான் தான் கண்டுபிடிச்சேன். அதனால கேஸ் போடுவேன். எனக்கு குடுங்க அப்படின்றதையும் நீங்க கேட்க முடியாது. ஓகே. தட் இஸ் நாட் அக்செப்டபிள் அட் ஆல். ஓகே. ஸோ அ அண்ட் if some illegal means, if you cash out the check, let's say that if you are going to cash out the check and you get all the money from the check, the true owner will be entitled to recover all the money. Okay, by legal means or by illegal means. I mean, he can come and directly ask you. Illegal means he can come and directly ask you, and you should pay up, or he can recover it using legal means. Okay, the person might also ask for claim for damages. Okay, based on the amount of damages that he has acquired, he can also ask for damages. Okay, and third is, let's say that someone has lost a instrument again. Okay, uh, and this person, no one has claimed it, no one has claimed the instrument, and so this person has transferred this instrument to another person. Okay, instead of keeping it to himself, he has transferred the instrument to another person. Okay, in such a case, யாருக்கு transfer பண்ணியிருக்காங்களோ, let's say that there are three parties, one is A, another one is B, another one is C. Now A has lost the instrument, B finds it. Okay, and he has transferred the instrument to C. Okay, now C gets good title out of it. Okay, C can enjoy the benefits of the instrument. Ana, the true owner, who is A, can come and sue B. He cannot go and sue C because C holds the instrument. He's the holder of the instrument now. He can enjoy the benefits of the instrument because the C might not be aware that this is the lost instrument. Okay, but A can go and sue B as well as claim for damages. Okay, va? புரியுதா? Lost instrument யாருக்கா doubt இருக்கா?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So next one is stolen instrument. What happens in case the instrument is stolen? Okay. So in case of a stolen instrument, everything remains the same. Okay. Lost instrument order rules, all the rules apply. But one difference is the finder and the lost instrument, finder, you cannot go and charge him based on, I mean, criminally, you cannot prosecute him because he found it. It was lying on the road and he found it. So you cannot go and criminally prosecute the finder. And in this case, if someone has stolen your negotiable instrument, then you are free to criminally prosecute that person who is the thief. Right? And in case the thief has transferred the title of the negotiable instrument to another person, you cannot go and sue the other person, but you can sue the thief, claim damages, as well as recover the money from the thief. Purida, for example, again, there are three persons, A, B, and C. A is the true owner of the negotiable instrument. B has stolen the instrument from A. Okay, and now A is free to criminally prosecute B as long as he knows that B is the thief. Okay, and let's say that B has already transferred the title of the instrument to C. Okay, A cannot prosecute C. A cannot legally sue C, but he can sue B and he can claim damages as well. He can recover the money and he can claim damages as well. ஓகேவா? 2ம் ஒண்ணு தான். ஆனா இதுல என்னன்னா தீஃப வந்து கிரிமினலி ப்ராசிக்யூட் பண்ணலாம். அவ்வளவுதான் டிஃபரன்ஸ். ஓகே. Next one is instruments that are obtained by fraud. Okay, so we've already seen about fraud in contracts. வந்து fraud பத்தி படிச்சிருக்கோம் இல்லையா? The different modes of fraudulent behavior படிச்சிருக்கோம் இல்லையா? So if a person obtains the negotiable instrument by fraud, undue influence, coercion, or any other means, he is not entitled to enforce payment. Okay, he cannot go and force the person to pay it because if someone knows, if this is a known fact that he obtained the instrument by fraudulent nature or undue influence or coercion, the person cannot actually go and enforce payment. Okay, because the title itself will become defective. Okay, but if this instrument has transferred to another person, okay, the title of the instrument has been transferred to another person, and after that we find out that this person has used undue influence to obtain this particular instrument, then the person to whom the uh, instrument was transferred to, he will have good title. Okay, he'll be the holder of the title, but this person can be prosecuted. Okay, the person who involved in fraudulent behavior can be prosecuted. Okay, again, ABC எடுத்துக்கலாம். A is the true owner of the negotiable instrument. B is the person who coerced A to transfer the title of the negotiable instrument to him. Okay, in the first two cases, lost instrumentலையும் stolen instrumentலையும் title transfer ஆகல. The person found it or the person stole it. He does not have title. Does not have good title, but he can transfer the instrument and that person will get good title. ஆனா இந்த கேஸ்ல என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, let's say A and B. Now B has coerced A into transferring the title of the negotiable instrument to B. ஓகே, இதுல வந்து டைட்டில் மாறிடுச்சு, பிக்கு மாறிடுச்சு. பட் இந்த கேஸ்ல வந்து இட்ஸ் டிஃபெக்டிவ். த டைட்டில் இஸ் டிஃபெக்டிவ் பிகாஸ் கான்ட்ராக்ட்ஸ் எல்லாமே நம்ம கான்ட்ராக்ட்ஸ்லேயே படிச்சிருக்கோம் இல்லையா? கான்ட்ராக்ட்ஸ்ல நீ ஒரு அண்டூ இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணாலோ, கோர்ஷன் யூஸ் பண்ணாலோ, ஃப்ராஜுலன்ட் பிஹேவியர்ஸ்ல இன்வால்வ் ஆனாலோ the contract is void, right? So that stands true for this as well. But let's say that B has coerced A into transferring the title of the negotiable instrument to B. Okay, and B in due course of time has transferred this title to another person called as C. Okay, now A cannot go and sue C. Okay, A
Yes,
can
ma'am.
only prosecute B, but A cannot go and sue C. Okay, so this is instrument obtained by fraud. Next is instrument obtained by by. Okay. Instruments obtained for unlawful considerations. Okay, so general rule of the law of contracts is that an agreement which has object or consideration which is unlawful. Okay, ஏதோ ஒரு immoral termsக்காக நீ வந்து ஒரு கான்ட்ராக்ட் நெகோஷியேட் பண்ற அப்படின்னா, ஒரு கான்ட்ராக்டை வந்து ட்ரா பண்ற அப்படின்னா, the contract will be null and void. Right, for any illegal means, for any immoral means. இப்போ வந்து ஒரு contract, you're drawing up a contract to transfer let's say narcotic materials, banned narcotic materials, na automatically the contract will be void, right? Because that's the object of the contract is immoral. Okay, the object of the contract is unlawful. அதே மாதிரி கன்சிடரேஷனும் ஒழுங்கா இல்லை. The what are you going to give in return for the object? What are you going to give in consideration சரியில்லை அப்படின்னா, the contract will be void. So this stands true for negotiable instruments as well. Okay, if the object or consideration of a negotiable instrument is going to be unlawful, then the instrument will be void. Okay, you cannot use the instrument at all. Okay, and finally, forged instrument is null and void from the very beginning because they are not legal documents at all. Okay, someone has drawn up a document mimicking an actual document. Okay, mimic தான் பண்ணியிருக்காங்களே தவிர it's not an original document, so it is null and void from the very beginning. Okay, இந்த ஏஜ் மாதிரி நம்ம contracts that are drawn up with minors இருக்கு இல்லையா, so it is null and void from the very beginning இல்லையா, same case. So forged documents they are null and void from the very beginning. All right, okay, ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா இதுல?
No, ma'am.
Okay, 15 minutes in a class முடிச்சிட்டேன். I'll let you guys go. I only have one more topic to finish. Okay, discharge and dishonor of negotiable instrument. With that, I'll complete the entire syllabus. Tomorrow, I'll finish discharge and dishonor of negotiable instruments, and after that, I'll be talking about some of the interesting cases so far in Negotiable Instruments Act, right? And class after that, maybe on Friday, we'll have a full review session, full review of the entire syllabus. Okay, with that I'll complete your entire syllabus. Now, is there anyone who has not submitted the PPT yet?